I'm Jilly Schotters. I'm a senior in high school, and I play Benjamin's wife.
I am JC Lippold, vocal director of Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
My name is COLLIN KRIEGER. I have been with Ashland for 15 years now, and I am playing the role of Joseph.
Hi, my name is Connie KURTZ. I play Levi's wife in Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and this is my son.
Hi, I'm John KURTZ, and I get to play PHARAOH in Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
I think Ashland really focuses on empowering everybody who steps in through the doors, no matter the age or amount of talent or experience. Every time somebody walks into Ashland's doors, they feel accepted, and I have since the moment I started coming here. And I think that's something that's really powerful, is that you can feel comfortable coming in, no matter what the case is. And I think Ashland really stands for that.
Ashland, in every single show I've been in, has paid special attention to the ensemble and made us feel really important, and just makes everyone feel like they have a special part and that they're like a part of something.
One of the things that I think makes Ashland stand out is that all ages are included in almost all aspects of the productions. We have middle school kids who are learning to be assistant stage managers and get to have the opportunity to do that and be there along more experienced people. And I just think that that's unique to other community theaters that we have, been a part of. So it's one of the things that I really like the best about it.
I started when I was in 5th grade, and I've never wanted to stop. I've never had any reason to stop because this is home. Like, they're so inclusive, and it's very nice, and it's a second home.
People who walk, especially into a community theater setting, when we feel safe, we realize like this isn't something we do full time. This isn't something we do with our whole lives. It's a passion project. It's a curiosity. It's something we want to start doing that we maybe haven't done before. Who are the pros at doing that? Not adults. Like, kids are very good at going, I'm going to do something new. I'm going to pretend. I'm going to imagine. So I think more and more people who walk into Ashland have a unique experience, because even though we may perceive mentorship as a top-down experience, I think people who find a desire to work at Ashland again is that there's a focus on what can we learn from the people who are best at telling stories, and that's young people. I think there's simply that common reminder of who we are influencing, which mission and values can be things that are in a intro doc, at a parent meeting, or things that we talk about at board meetings. But the application, I think, is our constant reminder that Ashland truly is attempting to momentarily wrestle with the idea of community, and how that influences the art of storytelling.
It used to be that me as the little kid when I was in shows, that I would not be scared, but almost like intimidated by the adults, like they were almost parents, like everything they say I should like listen to, and I have everything to learn from them. But I remember there was one instance when I was in Willy Wonka that my good friend Craig Torino didn't know a specific dance part to this like super short section that all of the like Wonka factory explorers got to dance, and I remembered it, and I was like, oh, it's this, and I showed him, and we're good pals. But it's not just one directional learning and teaching. Like, everyone is here to learn from everyone. Little kids, I have seen little kids like show adults things, and I've seen adults help other adults, and other kids help other kids.
Yeah, there are children who participate in this program that have far more experience than someone like me, and we get so much from them. And I always love, Joseph is an all-age show, and we only are with the children's chorus 2 nights a week, and we really try to make the most of the time that we have when we are with them. And sometimes there's hard work that goes on ahead of time, preparing to be together so that we can make the most of that time when we're together. I am constantly amazed by the talent and just kind of this like poise and character that develops with the kids. And it's fun too, because there are times that you know, we've been working really hard on choreography, and they come on stage and they're just like, you know, caught up in what we're doing. And it's fun for me to just get that little taste of what the audience might, you know, look at, that sort of thing. So
making everyone feel welcome, and that like everyone has a place here. And I feel like all the people that are here are just so sweet to one another that, like, I don't know, like, one person's not gonna walk in and nobody's gonna talk to them. Like, someone's bound to introduce themselves at, like, some point. So, like, you're bound to make friends and stuff, which is really nice.
I think that a unique thing that Ashland really focuses on is giving back to the community. Yes, it's centered around the theater and the experiences in the theater, but then realizing that those experiences can be talked about and then shared with other people, whether it's an audience member watching or a family member, that you go home and talk about the wonderful day you have. You know, the joy of Ashland is contagious. So many people I know have just heard the word and been like, oh, I've seen a production, or it's like, oh, I have a friend who used to be there, or like, I just heard that that's a really cool place to be. And I think the idea of reaching out is a uniqueness that Ashland has, that's not just about everybody in the cast, but you know, it's about spreading that experience and the joy that you can bring through theater to everybody that really makes them stand out.
I have stories, but I'm not sure I can do it without crying.
What do you mean?
Well, 4 years ago, the last time we did Joseph,
Are you crying now?
I am. My mother-in-law died right after the show closed, which was unexpected. And we were gone out of state for several weeks. And we were wrapping things up there and trying to get home. And we had just left in a hurry. And
Grab your things and go. And
grab our things and go.
We took a
And when we got home,
16-hour straight car ride to get there, and then
right,
everything happened. When we finally came home,
right, we missed the cast party at
Right.
the end, and you know, kind of some of that sort of fun stuff. And it was nice because friends sent us pictures and texts, and you know, let us know what was going on. And it was wonderful because we, even though we couldn't be here for that because we were where we needed to be, we still felt included in it, which was wonderful. And then there was a group of closer friends of ours who came over to our house and did a ton of yard work and did like chalk drawings on the driveway and the deck and stuff like that. And planted flowers. Yeah, like my mother-in-law's favorite color. And they just did all of this stuff. And these are people that we would not have come across in our everyday lives were it not for Ashland.
You know, so many times I've heard it's like, oh, like audiences have expectations, or it's Joseph, so I know how this show is going to come together, you know, and me being able to be the positive friction in the situation, being like, well, no, this production actually hasn't been done before. And what if we see this as this group of people is responsible for telling this story, which innately is going to be different than another group of people telling this story. If we free ourselves from the expectation of what theater is supposed to be, then I think that's the unnerving or the challenging part of Ashland's mission. Like, if people are supposed to affect people in the storytelling process, this show will not be like another show.
I personally have been through almost every level that you possibly can at Ashland, and it really shaped my theatrical journey and understanding of theater through every single process of it, from being a camper to a counselor helping the campers, and then working at more advanced levels in shows later on.
When we ran the mega mix for the first time with the children's choir were doing their own part in the middle, and all of the adults were on the sides watching, and they were all of the adults were cheering the children's choir on, and I think that made them feel super special and welcome.
I think that being a role model is a great addition to Ashland's values because it shines so strongly not only in the productions but also in their counseling and camp counseling program.
Yeah, I think in the age of theater right now, the idea of inclusivity and welcoming are challenges that make us uncomfortable, because we can say that we are inclusive, we can say that we are welcoming, but that's not a passive act. That's not to open the door and wait for people to walk in. But I think Ashland right now asking a lot of questions of how do we invite people who have not had the opportunity or seen the possibility to be a part of telling a story. Ashland figuring out how to make that shift, I think, is necessary for the sake of the worth and the value of theater.
We Are Family really resonates with me, because I feel like in every show that I've been a part of here, I've had my own little family, if not like the whole cast as a family, and at other theaters I haven't felt that at all.
When we did Hairspray, I remember that we debated for a little bit of time if we could still do the show, because we didn't have like a large enough like people of color audition, and we were like, is it okay if we do the show without like representing half of the show? And we held auditions again for specifically for people of color.
Marketed
like,
for it.
We want this, like we want you, like we want to include you, and not do like your average like church Hairspray where there's like 3 people of color in the show.
Right.
And I remember being a part of that and how huge it was, because it was the first, it was the largest, it was the most diverse cast Ashland has ever had.
Yep.
And I think has continued to have. And I remember how cool it was to be a part of that.
Yeah. And I know we did kind of get some new Ashland regulars that grew out of that show, which was wonderful. I will say that I originally came here knowing that my kids would find their crew. I did not expect to find my own in it also. And I have helped with behind the scenes stuff. I have been on stage. I've just been an audience member. And I will say that your tribe is here no matter. And that sometimes it's nice to take a break from doing all of the things and just say, I need a break and I'm just going to come and see the show.